As I sit here, not trying to arrive anywhere, not trying to figure anything out, something becomes very clear. What I once believed was in me is not in me at all. I used to say, I am aware, I am conscious, I am the witness, but if I look honestly, deeply, quietly, it is not in me. I am within it, and that changes everything. Because if I am within it, and everything else is also within it, then where is me? Where is the boundary? Where is the edge? Where is the separate one who claims experience? If everything is within it, then nothing stands outside to say, this is happening to me. And if there is no outside position, then the word me starts to dissolve. Not dramatically, not violently, just quietly. And then another realization appears not as a thought, but as a seeing. If everything is within it, then even the idea of something has no real footing. Then there is no something and no nothing. Those are ideas, concepts, useful until they're not. What remains cannot be captured by opposites. At this point, people often say, so everything is a dream. And yes, that can be said, but even that must be handled carefully. Because when we say dream, we imagine a dreamer. We imagine someone who is dreaming now and will eventually wake up later. But look closely. Where is the dreamer? Is the dreamer separate from the dream? Or is that just another idea layered on top? What if the dream does not belong to someone? What if the appearance of waking and sleeping is also part of the dream? Then the idea that the dreamer will wake up one day is itself still dreaming, still conceptual, still future-based, still dependent on time. And yet, something undeniable remains. Whatever this is, it was here before the body appeared, before thought arose, before memory formed, before identity assembled itself. It did not begin with birth, and it will not end with death. And even saying it already feels like too much, because it suggests a thing, a form, a definable presence. But this has no form, no shape, no center, no edge. And when I say that, it feels the same. Too much, too pointed, too specific. Even silence can become an idea if the mind grasps it. So what do we do with this? Nothing. That's not a teaching. That's not a technique. It's a recognition. The moment I try to hold it, I've already stepped away. The moment I try to explain it, I've already created distance. This is why words fail here, not because words are bad, but because they belong to the dream. They describe appearances. They don't touch what appearances arise within. And this is where the mind gets uncomfortable. Because the mind wants a position. It wants to say, I understand this. I've arrived. I know what this is. But the moment that happens, something false has entered. Because what is real does not announce itself. It does not claim. It does not assert. It does not say, I am this. Only the ego claims. Only the identity wants to be associated with truth. But truth does not need an owner. Truth does not need recognition. Truth does not improve when noticed, and does not diminish when ignored. It simply is. And even is already too much. So, when I say, it was here before everything else, and it will be here after, I'm not describing a timeline. I'm pointing to something timeless, that never entered time in the first place. Time itself appears within it. So do space, thought, memory, identity, and even the sense of I am. And this is the most subtle point. Even the feeling of being is not the final truth. Being appears, awareness appears, witnessing appears. All of it arises and dissolves. What remains does not appear. It cannot be observed. It cannot be known. It cannot even be said to exist without distortion. And yet, nothing is more certain. This is why the deepest recognition feels almost ordinary. No fireworks, no visions, no grand announcement. Just a quiet seeing that says, there was never a me at the center of this. There was never a separate observer. There was never a seeker who needed to arrive. The search itself arose within this, and now the search quiets. Not because it failed, but because it was never needed. So when I say, it is just that I'm not pointing to an object. I'm pointing to the absence of all pointing. And even this monologue, these words, this voice, they are appearances. They rise, they pass. They do not touch what you truly are. And that is the great relief. Nothing needs to be held onto. Nothing needs to be protected. Nothing needs to be defended. Not even this understanding. Especially not this understanding. Because what you are was never at risk. And it does not need to be named. So I'll end where words naturally fall away. Not with an answer, not with a conclusion, but with the quiet recognition that what you are has always been here. Before the question, before the seeker, before the thought, and will remain long after all of this has faded. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who may be seeking silence and abide as what they already are. You're also warmly invited to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments. If you would like to email, the email is learningandlivingwithramana@gmail.com. Until next time, remain still, remain true, remain as silence.